Hi everyone, my name is Lois Frank, and I am the chef owner of Mesa Cuisine in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And with me today,
Hi, I'm Walter Whitewater.
we're gonna be
cook.
So we're gonna be doing a cactus salad today, a salsa, and for this one we're gonna be grilling the cactus. So what we're gonna do, first step, is to take the cactus leaves and to clean them. And so Chef Walter is going to take the dull side of your knife, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to be getting, and let's talk a little bit about why you're doing it that way.
It has a lot of prickers on it. If you use this way, you'll start cutting the cactus, make a mess, and butcher your cactus pad here. So preventing of doing that, so I had to turn my knife, and it works better that way.
Perfect. And the nopal cactus has lots of health benefits. This really is food is our medicine, sort of at its best. This is one of the metaphors we use in our Native American cuisine. Food has given us all the nutrients. The cactus actually has lots of antioxidants, and it's really good for diabetics. And there's a little bit of a mucus in there, and that mucus is what's so healthy. And what we want to keep doing here is, in between, we want to just take our towel and make sure we keep wiping just to get those prickers off, right? Because cactuses have quite a few prickers.
So what I do, cut at the end here, and then just follow around the pad here into a circle, and taking the edge off.
Because cactus is wild, we never throw it out, right? We put it back to the earth or we compost it. Because all of our wild food's very sacred, and we want to really live in accordance with respecting that plant and all the medicine that the plant gives us, right?
Yeah.
So the nopal leaf from the prickly pear cactus, very important in native cuisine and in our traditional foods. Because of its medicinal benefits, right, Wal? Yeah. So again, you're taking the dull side of your knife and just getting those nubs, those little prickers off the cactus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And for this one, what we're going to be doing is we're going to grill it. I'm just going to rinse it off, right? Rinse and dry to get any of those leaves off, and then just take a little kitchen towel and we want to just dry that. And then what we're going to do is, I have a little grill here. We are going to grill that cactus, and then after it's grilled, that's when we're going to cut it, right? So
Yes.
There's our bowl, yeah. And so again, you're following it all the way around, right? Getting that edging off, and there'll be some little nubs, those little prickers, and you're cutting those off, right? Yeah. And then I'm going to go ahead and start the grilling process. So we're going to grill our cactus. This is what we call the open flame method. And we're just gonna, I'm using tongs, and we're just gonna blacken that cactus. It's gonna give it some really good flavor, right?
Yes.
Chefs, we love to grill because it really adds flavor and some texture to the cactus. So, while Walter's gonna go on to cutting some of the other vegetables, I will be grilling, and then we'll go ahead and show you how to cut that. So here's a towel. We can just wipe our cutting board or flip it over, and that's it. So actually cleaning the cactus pretty easy, right, Chef Walter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to cut the onion, and you're going to show everybody the professional way to cut onions. So go ahead and tell them what you're doing.
I'm just cutting the heels off for safety. When you're cutting it, won't move around. What I usually cut it right through in half, and if you take this part off the head, and then it's gonna when you're cutting, everything's gonna fall apart. You don't want that. So on the bottom, keeping it together, not cutting this part off, it keeps it together. So that's the reason why I always leave it.
Well, that's good, right? Because it's
Yeah.
safety and kind of an easy way to do this. And again, we're saving all the parts here because we're gonna kind of compost everything, right? Put it back to the earth, and there you go, onion skins. And then I'm still grilling. You can see it starting to grill really nicely. And for this, we just need a half an onion, but I want you to show them. So tell what you're doing here.
So I'm just making a sliver here, and it just depends how thin you want.
And for a salsa, we want kind of a fine dice,
Yeah,
right?
so then, see, even though I cut it, it stays together.
That's good.
If you cut this off,
It's gonna fall apart.
yeah, you're gonna have struggles there.
Okay. Beautiful. So we're doing a fine dice, 1/2 of red onion for this. And I love look at how pretty it's grilling, really nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna put everything in separate bowls, and then at the end we'll mix it together. So onion's gonna go in here. And then the next thing we're gonna do same with tomatoes, and we're gonna do a fine dice for tomatoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, nice. I like red onion, right?
Oh yeah.
Red onion's really good in salsa. So, oh, look at that, beautiful. All right, so we have our great chopped red onion, perfect, good job. And next thing is we'll cut tomatoes. And then we're gonna be using a couple of types of chili today, and actually a great book is the Great Chili Book, because that tells you all about chilies. And today we're gonna be using the jalapeno, which is probably one of the most common of all the chilies. Not too hot, it's about a 3 or a 4. And then a serrano, and the serrano is gonna add a little bit of heat. So Walter is not big on hot, right? You like no, he doesn't like things too spicy. So we're only going to use one of each chili, but you could always add more because chilies, I like chilies, so I go a little more picante than you. You like a little less hot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to set this right there. I'm going to grill the next, and we're going to use 5 tomatoes for this salsa, and then, now I want to tell you something. Our tomatoes, okay, whenever you buy tomatoes, especially the Roma tomato, they're not ripe. They have no flavor. So what do Walter and I do? We like to get our tomatoes in advance, and then what we do is we let them sit out for 2 or 3 days till they're perfectly ripe. And what does that do? It adds more flavor and really makes for a better salsa. And let's talk about what you're doing here. You're cutting the inside out. Tomatoes
Yeah.
are very juicy, so we're just gonna use that outside of that. Makes for a better salsa, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you're just gonna cut strips. Tell them what you're doing here.
I'm just making a small dice, and so you've seen the other way I did. There's 2 ways to do it. I'm just putting out there, and if you want to go without the seeds, and this is what I did. Then later I can always add back into it, or something else I can add into whatever it is that you're making.
Otherwise, it just goes into the compost, right? Yeah, compost bowl. Great. See, beautiful. And then that would go into the compost unless you think you're going to use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Beautiful. So you can tell that our tomatoes are really ripe because we let them sat out about 2 or 3 days, right? Yeah. So it makes for just a better salsa. And I don't know why more restaurants don't serve this salsa. It's so healthy and it's really delicious, right? Yeah. So now you guys are going to be able to make this on your own, and you won't even need to get it from anywhere else because you're gonna have the skills to make it. Yeah. Beautiful. So just letting this grill, it's a kind of a slow process, right? I don't think we'll need those
I think that's
centers
enough,
yet. And all right. Okay, so the next thing that you're gonna do is let's cut our chili, and we'll start with the jalapeno, and we're gonna cut the hat off. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is just cut it right down the center. And if you leave the seeds in, what happens? Woohoo!
It'll be hotter, so.
So you can take a knife or you can take a spoon. Chef Walter's gonna use a knife. I like to do a spoon and just go like this. See, and that gets that off. And it gets all those veins out too. So that, and then we're gonna, again, do a nice fine dice on this. Nice grilling, beautiful. On the cactus. And look at that. So again, fine dice, you're cutting little strips, right? And then we're gonna just make a really fine dice on that. Oh, look at this cactus grilling perfectly. Oh, the flavor. So. And remember, when you make the salsa, the longer it sits, the hotter it gets.
Yes, yeah.
So we like to make it fresh and then eat it right away, right? Yeah. All right. You can put that in a little dish right here, and then beautiful. Starting to get hungry, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So there's our jalapeno. Great. And then the serrano's a little harder to do because it's a tinier chili, right? So let's show you guys how to do that. So we have our onion, we have our tomato, we have jalapeno, and the same thing. You could do a spoon or you can just take your knife and get out the seeds and veins. Remember, if you leave those seeds or veins in, it's gonna be a hot salsa, right?
Yes, it will be.
So, does that look like enough cactus, or should we do one more? Start with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, so serrano, again, take that spoon and just get all the seeds out. Look at how pretty that cactus is, really nice. And this is pretty easy because all we have to do is kind of mix it together, right? So remember that serrano's a little spicy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's put that in a little, and beautiful. Let's go ahead and show them how to do one more cactus, and that'll be, we have two. We're gonna do one more. I'm gonna grill one more. So that's gonna make for, yeah, look at that. These were a little small, and we really wanted two big ones. So for this recipe, again, just the back side of that knife. It's really quite easy, right? Yeah. You're good at this. And the more you do, the faster.
Faster you do it.
Yeah. And we know some guys that can do it really,
Quicker.
oh yeah, they
Oh,
can
yeah.
do it really, really fast. So more you do it, faster it is, faster it is. And it's not that hard, right? So again, cut that end off, and then all the way around, cutting that. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, and then all rinse. You're gonna put that in the compost bowl. And see how quick that was, you guys? It was just so quick. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grill this last guy. Look at that, beautiful. And then let's show them how to cut the cactus pads that are done, Wall. So see the nice grill on here, and we're gonna cut strips and then little squares, so it's like a salsa, right? So same thing, you're just gonna cut and then do a fine dice. Look at that cactus, perfectly done, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Beautiful. And then we're almost ready to start mixing our salsa together. Woohoo! Yum. And you could use this for anything. You could use it as a side. You can use it. And you'll notice when we grill the cactus, there's a lot less mucus, right? Yeah. So when we blanch and then strain it, there's more. And then we could just put this right in our salsa bowl here and actually start mixing our ingredients together. So this salsa is just going to have the cactus, some onion, our tomato, the serrano, the jalapeno, and we're going to use a little bit of fresh lime, right? All salsas do very well with a little bit of that fresh lime in there. Look at that, Wall. Beautiful. So the thicker the cactus, the longer it's going to take to grill.
Yeah.
So you just want to keep that in mind. These were pretty thin, right?
Yeah.
And then look at that fine dice, that's beautiful. Go, Walter. And let's finish grilling this. Beautiful. This is a lovely, lovely salsa. It's just a really nice, goes kind of with everything, and especially with chips, right?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and put that in. Yummy. All right, so you're going to start mixing everything together, right? Okay, so let's add some onion to that. Great. And then our tomato. And what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze some fresh lime on there, right, Chef Walter? Yeah. So tomato, let's add our chili. Okay. See, he's even hesitant. He's not going to add all that chili in there because, look at that. That looks great. And let me finish grilling. You want to squeeze a little lime there? I think we can add some more tomato to that. Oh, and we need red onion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, got our lime squeezer. Let's add a little red onion. It's gonna be good, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That is looking excellent. And then always a little salt and pepper, right?
Yeah.
So we are using kosher salt. Look at that. And then we're going to use a tiny bit of black pepper. Okay. And we're going to add one more cactus leaf. It's almost ready. And then the last thing is fresh cilantro. So let's go ahead and show them how to cut that fresh cilantro. And of course, I would add the whole jalapeno. But let's let Walter have, now tell him what you're doing here.
Just shaving off the leaves.
So how are you doing that?
Just
Hold it up and then show them very slowly. So you're just, there you go, getting the, look at that, guys. And that gets all the stems off, right? So we're just taking, that looks, see what he's doing? He's just cutting at an angle. Yeah, and then you don't have to pick it, right? Because you've already shaved it, and we're going to go ahead and dice that. Aren't you hungry
yeah.
for salsa?
For me, I always love to roll
Okay,
whatever it is I'm chopping, you know.
great. Yeah, that looks nice. I think we'll use all of it because we love cilantro. You either love cilantro or you don't, right? I love it. You like it?
Oh yeah.
It's a great, oh yeah, that looks great. Is that enough? Or you want to add more?
Just a little.
Okay. And then our next cactus pad's ready to be cut. That looks good. Beautiful. Okay, let's give that cutting board a little white. Yeah. And then always put it in the compost bowl, right? So we no waste, right?
Yeah.
And woohoo, this is gonna be good. All right, so let's get this last cactus pad. You want to cut that, Chef Walter? Look at that, beautifully grilled. And we'll cut that and add that. And then we're about ready to plate. We're going to show you, we would serve this with chips, but you could serve it with a meat dish. What else could you serve it with? You could put it in a burrito on the side of a piece of fish, right?
Yeah.
And what else would you do with it? Yeah, anything. Just as a really nice salsa or garnish, let's put that in here. A little bit more on that. So see that salsa? It's got cilantro, cactus, that cactus perfectly grilled and perfectly roasted. Almost ready to give it a taste. And then after we taste it, we're going to serve it with our favorite chips. So do you like white or blue corn chips better, Chef Walter?
Blue.
All right. So here, but we're going to taste first, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here we have some, let's give this a little stir and see if we need any more salt. Oh, doesn't that look good? So let's get some tasting spoons out. You ready? Boy, is that good. I think a tiny bit more lime, or what do you think? That is so good. Okay, tiny bit more salt.
Just a little. Not
Little
much.
salt. Any more lime? You think it's good?
I taste it.
Okay. So now let's go ahead and get a spoon and put this into our bowl there. And we have made a really, really nice salsa, roasted, grilled cactus leaves with red onion, fresh ripened tomato. You guys know our secret now. Serrano, jalapeno, cilantro, jalapeno, serrano chili, little bit of salt, little bit of pepper, and some fresh lime. And the fresh lime is to taste, right? So, oh yeah, fill that bowl up, Chef Walter, so that it really looks full and good. Yeah, look at that. And we have a beautiful, look, it's beautiful. This is great at a party. Okay, really, really nice, you guys, and perfect to eat with chips. Look at that, and that is just gorgeous, right? So we have made a great, great salsa, and I think you're gonna love it. Don't you think everyone's gonna love it? And Walter loves a garnish, so you can add just a little bit of, that's beautiful. Little bit of fresh cilantro, right? And
There it is.
easy to make, really quick, delicious, really good salsa, right?
Yes.
So this has been so much fun cooking with you, Chef Walter. Thank you to everybody out there who has been a part of watching this. And stay tuned, because the next thing we're going to do is prickly pear salmon. So thanks so much, and enjoy the salsa. We know you're going to love it. We've loved being your chefs, and you know, we've really loved being a part of the New Mexico Prickly Pear Festival. So thanks to everybody that organized this, and it's just been a lot of fun. So we're going to post a photo and the recipe for you guys to download this. And we're going to get ready for the next segment, right?
Yes.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.